going on, everybody? Fire Chicken here at the scrapyard. Basically, I'm running a little bit of a test, for the live feed tomorrow. Honestly, like I didn't really plan this out very well. I did a little bit of a live Q&A last night, and let me pull you guys up on YouTube here so I can see your comments live. So basically, guys, I just want to show you kind of what you're in store for on Saturday, as far as our live pay-per-view event goes. I'm going to tell you how you can watch our live pay-per-view. 60 plus fights, 60 plus fights, and I actually have the match list this time. So I know, like last night I went live and I was trying to, or really wanting to tell you guys who was fighting on this event, but I just didn't have the information in front of me because I was live on my phone. This is a completely different setup. This is, let me see, are we even? We are live. Okay, hold on. Okay, we do have people watching. So if you guys want, just start leaving some comments so I can get to your questions and stuff. So basically, you guys, I know, yeah, the stream's going to be good quality. Actually, you guys want to see what the ring cam will look like here. It'll be 1080. It'll be good quality. So this is what you're going to see for the event. Ordinary Pete, what's up? All right, guys. I'm going to explain really quick how you can watch this thing. It's going to be on this YouTube channel, but you have to be a member. So if you see Sam's Boxing right here, he's got a little white belt next to his name. That says that he's a member. Now, I don't know what level member he is, but you have to be pay-per-view level to watch the event Saturday. So it's $4.99. But if you're at that level, then you get to watch the event live with quality like this, where we can switch back and forth between the commentary booth like this, where we're going to have live commentary from Shizzle Adonis, as well as a couple other people in here. There's going to be some famous people stopping in, helping out. You might see them step into this booth and go live with you guys. It just kind of depends. But it's $4.99 to watch the live, but that gives you a membership for a whole month, and you can watch any of the fights that get edited and come out early. For instance, if I go to the member section of my channel right now, I'm going to tell you there's like 4 or 5 fights right now that are not available to the public. They're members only, and they're members only until I put them out. So I time release my videos. I don't put out like more than one a day. Let's go back. We'll go back to the ring cam. What's neat about this setup that I have, like if you guys remember the old lives that I used to do, it was horrible quality. And that's because I was using a cell phone to go live on YouTube. This is a fully wired in laptop, all sorts of stuff in here, microphone. It's like really stepped up the quality as far as like what you can expect to see. If you've watched any of our pay-per-views, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like the quality's great. And you're going to get to see it. You're going to get to see it first. So I'm going to go through the match list right now. I'm going to start from the bottom. Now, keep in mind, I am telling you guys, let's go back. Go to Calm Booth here. So keep in mind, guys, that the match list that I'm telling you is only the pre-matched fights. So there's like 48, 47 of them. But I have a lot of people that are showing up that are going to get matched up at the event. So there's going to be more fights. There's going to be about 60. More than I wanted. It's definitely more fights than I wanted. Let me go here. All right, notes. All right, We'll start at the bottom. So, first off, we have an MMA match. This is Space Monkey versus Tabasco. Next up, we got Crazy Legs versus Slim Gotti in boxing. Then we got the Hebrew Hammer versus Heavy Hands in boxing. Tyrone versus Glock Dookie in boxing. Batman Smooth. Oh man, Batman Smooth is back. Versus the Blur in Muay Thai. This is the first time we're going to get a chance to see Batman do Muay Thai in the scrapyard. Henry versus Irish in MMA. Tab versus Sano in boxing. That's going to be a heavy hitter matchup. I can tell you that already. Ace versus Grandmaster Swan is going to be a fantastic MMA fight. I can't wait to see that one. The Destroyer, who is a scrapyard OG. It's given me, I'm watching it, it's putting ads in. I've never had to deal with that before. The Destroyer is a scrapyard OG. He fought out here in the second event of the scrapyard. It's going to be exciting to see him back, and he's fighting Jaws. Next up, we got Slavic, who's fought once or twice at the scrapyard versus the Canadian Idiot in MMA. This is the number one contender spot for the 170-pound MMA title. Next, we got Killatrix versus Sanj in MMA. We got Quantum versus Maximus in boxing. We got Lyle versus Nikon in boxing. Actually, I have to scrap that match, guys. Yep, that one's scrapped. We had a call in today. So that one's not going to happen. When that happens with a pre-matchup, then I have to go and rematch the opponent up with somebody else at the event. It's not the hugest deal, but I don't like dropouts, a day before the fight or 2 days before the fight. Next up, we got Aaron G versus Short Temper in kickboxing. We got the Drummer Boy versus the Stove in boxing. Little Mac versus Coop Nasty in MMA. Blue versus Spidey in boxing. Battle Wolf versus Oliver in boxing. Bamson versus Train Tracks in boxing. Soul, who is our 115-pound kickboxing champion, versus Toad in kickboxing. We got the Goon Spoon versus Tuck Davis in boxing. We got Solo versus Matsu in kickboxing. I have to scrap this one right here. Yep, Collins, guys. Bolo versus the Brick in MMA. We got Joanna Wick coming all the way from Australia again. She is fighting Locke, and that will be a boxing match. Gaio versus Black Panther in boxing. Karate Gandalf versus Turco in boxing. These two fighters have not confirmed, which irritates me because I've made videos all this week telling the fighters that they need to confirm that they're going to be fighting. So, guys, don't make me have to message you. Dexus versus the Neon Dawn in kickboxing. 170-pound title fight right here. We got the amazing Austin Barnes versus Baylor BBC. This was the vacated 170-pound title, and so these gentlemen are going to be facing off for that title. Masubi versus Brickhouse in kickboxing. Brickhouse is the former kickboxing heavyweight champion. Horizon the Alien versus Freakzilla in MMA. I'm excited to see that one. Chongo versus the Comedian. This is a rematch. They have fought before. We'll see if anything's changed. I believe Chongo came out on top before. No Limit versus Nate Dogg in MMA. Nate Dogg is making his return to the scrapyard after, I believe, he's been gone for a year. You know what? This is a little bit much, guys. Let's see if that looks a little bit better. It's so much glare. Okay, that's better. I mean, obviously, like the sun's going to be out and everything Saturday. I do have this too. I can always turn that on. It takes a second for this to catch up on my end, but I guess you can see the commentary booth a little bit better now. I'll just turn that down a little bit lower. All right, there we go. So anyway, No Limit. He fought out here at the 4-year anniversary, and he's going to be fighting Nate Dogg. This is actually Nate Dogg's first time doing MMA at the Scrapyard, and I'm not really sure, like, is he a wrestler? Has he just been doing boxing because he likes boxing? I guess we'll find out Saturday. Turkish Assassin versus Shinigami in boxing. Turkish Assassin, him and his brother Turco, twin brothers, will both be fighting. They are Scrapyard OGs. They've been out here since the early days when we had bungee cords. San Tavo versus Captain America. Captain America is actually, and this is boxing, Captain America is with Karate Gandalf and Neon Dawn. They're like a team. Anyway, that's a boxing match. I believe he's undefeated. Now we got a 135-pound title fight. MMA, Peruvian Panther versus the Punisher. Punisher coming from Canada, just like the Canadian Idiot. So we got people coming from Canada. We got people coming from Australia. 170-pound boxing title fight. Dad versus QP. These guys have actually fought each other before. This is a rematch. But at the time, Maliko Goon had the title, and he's actually stepped up to become a professional boxer. So Maliko Goon is 2-0 as a pro boxer. He's relinquished his title at the Scrapyard, and now he's letting these other gentlemen fight for it. D. Ellis, you guys remember his fights with Vice Grip. Hey, this is Vice Grip. Remember him? Okay. D. Ellis is back. So the first time we've seen him in quite a while. We have a 100. Yes, I will get to, if you give me a second, and I'll tell you about the stream, how you do it, okay? We got 135-pound title fight, Lights Out versus Mr. Gilchrist. We got a kickboxing fight between Red Fox and Beethoven, female kickboxing. I believe Beethoven will be playing some violin for some of the bigger fights out here. All right, now we're getting into the top. I guess you could say the main events a little bit. Wing C versus the Chef. Wing C versus the Chef. So Wing C, amateur fighter, flying in all the way from Pennsylvania. I don't know, one of those East Coast states. Flying in all the way from over there, and he's fighting the Chef. Now he is in town with his with this other guy I'm going to be talking about here in a second. You're going to need more. Bro, come on, man. Like, some of these guys that are main events, like, I don't know how you can. I'm saying anybody that's in like the top so many fights would be considered main event. Any of the title fights would be considered main events. Okay, so I mean, you can't just pick one and be like, yeah, that's the main event. I just don't think there is one, other than maybe the death sentence fight. So, I mean, and that would only be because of the amount of people that want to see that fight, the popularity that one's really built up. Okay, but I'll get to that. Next up, Golden Hands versus Tedon, 155-pound title fight. Golden Hands, Scrapyard OG, been out here since the bungee cords. Tedon, current 155-pound title. Maliko Goon, when he went pro, relinquished the title. These guys picked it up. That's... I can't wait to see that fight. All right, now we got 205-pound title fight. Flex will be moving down to 185, and he's relinquishing his title, but he's going to give a title defense one more time before before he moves down. So he's fighting Obi, who's I believe 4-5-0. Just you can look up Obi. I mean, his videos speak for themselves. Okay, and arguably the main event, right? The one that a lot of people are excited to see. Zach Ray, the YouTuber, the prankster, versus Death Sentence. Death Sentence is in Washington. Death Sentence is with Wing C. But you know what might actually be the main event? So, for one, I had a fight lined up with Krogman, the guy that fights his followers, right? But something came up and he can't make it. Seemed to happen with a few people, but something that Wing C and Death Sentence asked for, and it's going to be the first time at the Scrapyard. It will be a 2v2 fight, not tag team, 2v2. Two fighters fighting two fighters at the same time in the ring. Okay, and one of the teams is Death Sentence and Wing C. Death Sentence, the how do I say this? The leader and his muscle is Wing C. And they're going to be fighting. So remember before, guys, we were supposed to see Death Sentence versus Lights Out, right? Okay, they're going to be fighting. Again, they are going to be fighting. So it's going to be Death Sentence and Wing C versus, here we go, Lights Out and Crazy Legs. So, kickboxing on this one, guys. So this is going to be a pretty crazy fight. I don't know what the question marks are for. He's gonna do more than one fight, Gilchrist. That's not fair. This is not fair in any way. How is it not fair in any way? Like, explain to me how this is not fair. What? Yes, rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. Ozzy Osbourne. I'm just waiting for a response here. I want to know what we did wrong. It should just be Death Sentence versus Cray. Why should it just be Death Sentence versus Cray when he's willing to fight 2 times in one day? Like, I just said that. Death Sentence versus Zach Cray. But he's going to do another match. Guys, like, is this confusing? Do we need to do something like this, guys? Do we need to go like this? So we're going to go Zach versus Death Sentence. Okay, we got Zach versus Death Sentence right here. I can't write. For one fight. And then we have for another fight, separate, at a different time of the day, we have Death Sentence and Winged C versus Crazy and Lights Out in a 2v2. 2 separate fights. You know, after all the beef, let me speak on this. Crazy Legs has been to every single anniversary event that we've ever had at the Scrapyard. He wasn't signed up to fight, so he wasn't going to come out here, but he did sign up to fight. Zach, you haven't been out here since the very beginning. Having both of you here is just going to fuel the beef, and if you guys want to take care of it at a later date, we can do that. But I already told you that you weren't fighting at the anniversary event, okay? Um, I've been clear about that. I don't need to have my words used against me or anything like that. I set up the matches how I want to set up the matches. If you want to come out and fight next month in August, you can do that. But the anniversary event is set up for people that have put their time into the scrapyard, that have really been consistent and out here. I'm not gonna have that drama and stuff ruin the day. I I'll talk to him at the event to see if we can get something figured out to where you guys can actually squash the beef. But me having to mediate it, and I mean, you haven't been out here in what, 3, 4 years, and I'm having to mediate this thing because of the fighting in the group. I'm not talking about this anymore. I am so super hyped about Saturday. I'm just, I don't feel like dealing with drama right now because I'll say the drama that I've had to deal with in the last couple weeks, not that, but just with dipshits in other groups running their mouths, um, you know, I, I don't really feel like that that shit is not fun to deal with. So anyway, I put so much time and effort into setting this whole anniversary event up. I've spent so much money. I've spent so much time. I mean, I'll go right over to the ring cam. You can see right in there. I spend time like painting stuff in the cage and just making this the absolute best looking event that I can. And the content that we're going to get out of this, as far as some of the collaborations with YouTubers and big name fighters and that kind of stuff, is going to be crazy. I appreciate that, Mr. Gilchrist. Oh, shush! I did tell you I was going to tell you how to get the pay-per-view. So I was doing it. I was doing the pay-per-view through Millions, and they were charging $24.99. But I wanted this event to be more affordable for everybody because it's special. So if you become a member of our YouTube channel, it's $4.99, and you get access to the whole anniversary event by doing that. Plus, you get like other stuff too. I'm thinking that the main fights like Zach and Death Sentence and all those guys, they're going to be kind of more towards the beginning of the fight. I'm probably thinking around like 12-1, maybe 11. I don't know. I think that you guys should just pay attention, like get up early, pay attention to the live stream, and when it kicks off, I mean, yeah, then you can see it live. And since you're a member, you'll be able to go back and like rewind it and stuff and watch, like, it's not like it's going to go away when you see it. To become a member, you got to go to our YouTube channel. You got to go to the subscribe button, and next to it, it'll say join. Click the join button. There'll be 3 options for pricing. $4.99, that's the top level one. That gets you access to the pay-per-view. Okay. It also gets you access to everything else underneath it, as far as like exclusive videos, that kind of stuff. So it's $4.99. I can't make it free because if I made it free, people would be taking the footage and putting it all over their social media. We had a couple months ago, I had to take away early access because we had 4 or 5 or 6 people doing it. It caused a big fight. Somebody whined their ass off about it and ended up like leaving the scrapyard because they were just a baby about it. But good riddance. It's been peaceful. So, yeah. So if you want to watch it and say you go and you don't see where it says join, you might have to go onto a PC or an Android to do it. Okay, how do you join? Let's see. To join, you got to go to our YouTube or our Facebook group if you want to sign up to fight. Plane tickets? I don't know what plane tickets mean. If you live far away, you're going to have to get plane tickets to get here. We don't pay for travel or anything like that. I mean, you could see like with the amount of people that we have lined up for this event, with 60 fights, that's 120 fighters, roughly, more or less, whatever, depending on how many people fight twice and all that kind of stuff. There's no shortage of people that want to be featured on our channel. Our YouTube channel is growing rapidly. Our Instagram is really growing fast. Our TikTok is growing fast. And people want that publicity. They want to be seen by millions of people. And that's how it goes. When you're getting like 30 to 40 million views on your Instagram per month, you're getting eyes on you. You're getting eyes on you from not just fighter fans, but also big name people that are constantly following me, that are reaching out to me, that want to come out here and collaborate. We have our big documentary coming out. We're going to be filming the documentary at this event as well. So this will be featured in our documentary coming out later this year. That will be on Prime Video, and it'll be through Generation Iron. Let's see. How do you become a fighter at the scrapyard? Go to our Facebook group. I would have to get a plane ticket from Iowa. Yeah. The entire event, it should kick off like, I don't know what time I'm going to turn on the live feed. 10? 11? Are you guys Kick or Twitch? Neither. We're going to live stream on YouTube. I've never live streamed on the other platforms, so. I'll take a couple more questions. If anybody has any more questions. I haven't tried Yahoo. No. Yeah, I bet you Demetrius will do a breakdown of Death Sentence and Zach Cray. I can bet that because he trained Death Sentence and they had a very have you considered weapons? No, we're not doing weapons. He did that training session, back with the three episode or 4 episode deal with Death Sentence, and it got a lot of views. So, I'm betting he wants to know how his star pupil is. Autocorrect. I don't. All right, guys. 2 more questions. I got to get out of here. Yeah, I mean, we've actually had power slap fighters fight out here before. It's just that power slap is super stingy for allowing their fighters to do anything other than power slap. So they got in trouble for doing this out here. Would you ever do a 2v1 match? Maybe. If it was like a big 1 versus a 2, maybe. I guess if the right opponents came forth and were like, yeah, I'll do it, or whatever. I have a question. My friend is considering fighting, but if he doesn't, I'm bringing my brother as a +1. Would my friend not getting a fight count as a +1? So if your friend comes and he signs up at the yard on fight day to fight, and we don't give him a fight, that's on us. That's because we weren't able to give him a match. Solo and me versus a soul. So yeah, if you bring your friend and he's signing up 2, that's 2 fighters. So it's on us if we don't get him a match. Please, everybody, do travel together. We're going to be super limited on parking. You guys want to see an old fight? It's a short fight. Here we go.
It's your boy Arm & Hammer.
Oh, did it not work?
Shout out
There it
Warrior
goes.
Strength,
Oh, it worked.
Kuyai, Belton, all the homies,
Okay.
the family. Discipline at all times.
All right, you can probably still hear me. This is
Boy,
the.
Boombox.
I
Shout
don't know
out
if
to all
Arm
the
&
fighters
Hammer's gonna
here.
beat her
Shout out to my
Saturday,
opponent and me.
but,
We're in here doing this shit. Let's get it.
He does have
What's up, Fire
our
Chicken here at the
quickest
Scrapyard?
knockout in the
First off,
Scrapyard,
shout out to our sponsors.
3.72
Check
second
out the premium
knockout.
clothing line. Link is in the description. Next, shout out to Monica Bachelor.
he
our
fought
Beamer
some really tough
representative.
opponents out
Link
here.
is also in the description.
Oh my God, my
got an MMA
intros were
fight for you
so
today.
bad. They were so bad, guys.
To my left, we have Boombox. He is 0-0 in Sasquatch's backyard.
It's
To
a
my right, we have
BYOI.
He is 2-1 in Sasquatch's
Bring your own
backyard.
insurance.
Gentlemen, have a great fight. Fighter. Fighter. Scrap hard.
Way different Fire Chicken, yeah.
There you go.
All right, guys.
Let's fucking go!
Every fighter here.
Demetrius Johnson as the guest referee. Yeah, I mean, he would be totally welcome.
Congratulations,
to be a
Memnon
guest
Warrior
referee.
and Reckless Rico.
I got
Proud
3.71.
and wish you guys all the best.
Me and Lights Out is going to go.
So,
I'm curious.
3.72 seconds in the first round.
I think that depends on the game plan. It is a 3-round fight.
It's going to be a hard one to break.
I mean, it's really hard to argue with like almost 60 fights at the Scrapyard. He does have a tendency to win the majority of his matches. Do I think you can hit him? Do I think you can hurt him? Yes, I do.
North Bend,
I
fighting
think
out
you're
of
tough.
Bellevue. Thanks,
I think-
Warrior team. Delaney for always having my back. Coach Belton.
I think you've got some power.
Here we go.
I don't like to make
Jay
predictions
got
on
him.
fights.
Team Bang Bang.
I rarely
Ready to get
ever
another
say
one. I'm
what I
back
think of how a
again.
fight is going to go.
Welcome to the Scrapyard. Street Beefs. Fire Chicken here.
Shit, can't hear me?
Shout out to our sponsors first, Pisciotto. Check out their
Hello?
clothing line.
Can't hear
Link
me?
is in the description. Also, Monica Bachelor, our Beamer representative. See what Beamer can do for you. Check the link out in the
Can
description.
you guys hear me now?
Got an MMA match here. To my right, we've got Milkman. He's 0-0 in Sasquatch's backyard.
2 audios. Oh.
Jay Dodd.
Let me see
1-0
here.
in Sasquatch's backyard. Have a great fight. Fighter, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Does this help? Let me see if this helps. I tried to turn the. Just like, give me some feedback, guys. That did help. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm still experimenting with OBS. So basically, I don't like to give predictions on fights. I think that Lights Out has a lot of fights, a lot of wins, but I do think that you're tough and that you have some power. I think it's going to be a lot of action. That ain't Fire Chicken. That was me. That was me at one point. I also want to say rest in peace to Jay Gotham. He's fighting in this matchup right here. So Jay Gotham's birthday is actually tomorrow. He was born July 25th, which coincidentally is the first event we've ever had at the Scrapyard. He wasn't around the Scrapyard then. I'm not saying that, but it just coincidentally is his birthday. So rest in peace to Jay Gotham. That was a real tough loss. It still is for everybody that knew him out here at the Scrapyard. Definitely brought a lot of energy. He was like everyone's kind of like bigger brother, like role model. But this was one of his first MMA fights. And this is Milkman. Now, if you want to look at how we do our leveling system, because we didn't really do levels back then, Milkman, I don't know if he had any amateur fights. I don't think he did. I think he was an amateur trained fighter. So he would be a level 2. I would put Jay Gotham, even though he had no official training from like a gym or anything. I would put Jay Gotham at a level 2 just because of his ability. You're not 4-0, bro. You lost to who was it? Let me look. I remember you had I'm telling Zachary where to go. I mean, you know your fights. You lost a decision. I can't remember the dude's name because we've had so many fighters over the years. Gilchrist getting slept on Saturday. I don't believe that. I think it's going to be a good fight. Let's see. You beat Bamson. I remember that one. You beat your last opponent. Battle Wolf. Yep. I'm still scrolling. I don't know. I looked it up when I edited your last fight. The next event, I asked some of the judges, and they said I had it because when I showed the video, no, that doesn't count. If your opponent's given the win during the fight and their hand is raised, then your opponent wins the fight. That goes on the record. Asking judges, you can't like El Flaco, yeah. I mean, there's controversial decisions all the time. I try to, a knockout, jeez. I try to explain to people that when a fight goes to the decision, when it goes to the judges, then you lose all control of which way that fight will go. I mean, I've been on the bad end of a decision before. But it doesn't really matter though. I mean, having a perfect record doesn't really mean anything. I mean, you obviously it didn't mean enough to keep you from getting a title shot. So I wouldn't worry about it. Just accept the loss, move on, and you can always rematch El Flaco later and fight him again. I have Death Sentence winning by submission against Zachary due to Death Sentence's experience. I know Death Sentence has been working a lot in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so props to him for that. Actually, his fight against El Flaco was really close, so I wouldn't say that there's any evidence that would suggest that he would lose to El Flaco. So, well, this doesn't count. This isn't even technically amateurs. This is amateur exhibition. So this doesn't count on like an amateur record if you go to fight somewhere else. You don't tell someone like, oh, I have a Street Beefs record of whatever. Like, they might laugh because some places don't really respect what we do out here until they come out here. The promoters come out here and they realize like, oh, okay, they're actually doing like a pretty decent job of what they're doing. You kind of have to earn that respect. Zach quit though. I seen him fight Fire Chicken. I got Zach by sub. But that wasn't a real fight with me and Zach. I mean, we wrestled a little bit, but honestly, like, I outweigh the kid by quite a bit. And it was just for fun. I was like, I got a choke on him or whatever, or an armbar or whatever. But then I let him work after that. He's a good dude. Like, let's see here, guys. All right. Any update on Krogman? Nope, Krogman backed out. You guys can go comment on his recent post if you want about it, but I think he could have made it out here, but he said there's something going on with him in Brazil that he wanted to do. Whatever. I was looking forward to it. I trained for it. I dropped weight. I dropped probably 15 pounds just to be close to what he was at. Not really, fighters hate that. Fighters hate dropping weight, training, getting ready for something, and then just having somebody not show up. So it is what it is. It's the fight game. Unfortunate, yes. He's welcome out here anytime. Hopefully he decides to, run it with me in the future. Let's see. Maidenless, the one thing that Flacco was like 3 inches taller. Well, you guys are allowed a 10-pound weight difference. So 8 pounds is within the 10-pound weight limit. Someone give Chicken a fight. Yeah, I was excited for that match too. Guys, go over to Krogman's Instagram right now and bully him into coming out to the scrapyard. Oh, Rob will get a fight tomorrow or Saturday. Don't worry about it. I'm over it. Don't even worry about it, guys. I'm so focused around running this event, honestly, that, it's not that big of a deal. Oh, it was just boxing. Yeah, Krogman just does boxing. But, yeah, I'm okay with not having it, I guess. I wanted it to happen, but, it is what it is, right? It's going to be a great event regardless. I know we've had some dropouts, cancellations, people making promises, people not living up to the promises. It's all about doing this thing. But when you look at it from a perspective of still having 50 to 60 fights in one day, how can you even be like, disappointed in that? So, yeah, fight game is very unpredictable. I had people back out of fights when I fought amateur. It happens. I had one guy show up to the event that he knew he was fighting me at and then just decide to leave before he fought me. So it's unpredictable. People get cold feet. People find other reasons. People get hurt a day before the fight doing stuff they shouldn't be doing. Like, yeah. Oh, I'm not that intimidating. Come on. Okay, hold on. Honestly, what I can say about my upcoming match is it's going to go to decision unless Lights Out hasn't managed his cardio because I don't get gassed out, and I have seen him gassed out. Any matchups for the 10th Planet Portland fighters? So I told James that we needed all those signups back in July, early July. Hear me out on this. So we didn't get the names until recently. Not the biggest deal, okay? All that means is that all these fighters that are coming out on Saturday that we don't have matchups for, there's a bunch of them that are going to be coming out that are just people that decided at the last minute or newer fighters or whatever. I mean, they're going to be showing up, and it's basically like you got the matchups that we have, and then you got the people showing up that are getting matched up. the Ukrainian fight team, I haven't heard from the Ukrainian fight team. People still need to message me for the damn address, and confirmation. It's a monthly thing that people don't read the directions and don't realize, like, oh, hey, I should probably do what it said in there, or I should probably read this whole post. Oh, what? It's in Washington? Sorry, Fire Chicken, I can't make it. I thought it was in Virginia because I didn't read the post. Hey, I didn't know I was supposed to message you for the address that says in the post I'm supposed to do that. Hey, I didn't know that I'm not supposed to be, like cutting drastic weight, like right before the fight, because whatever. I'm just saying, like, we put all this information in this big long post that explains to fighters what they need to bring, what they need to do, how they go about getting matched up, what to expect, yada yada yada. Get the Korean team from the OG Yard over here. I'm not trying to step on toes. Those guys are doing their thing over in the OG Yard, and I'm not one to like try to grab people and bring them over here. It's one thing for it's one thing for somebody to reach out and say, hey, Fire Chicken, I fight at the OG Yard and I would love to fight at the Scrapyard. That happens quite often. Or somebody will say, Fire Chicken, what do you think of me going and fighting at the OG Yard? I'm like, do it. Do it. We just took a bunch of fighters over there back in May and did an invasion. Had a great time. So, yeah, I encourage that cross fighting with the OG Yard. All right, guys. I got to get going. I got to get up kind of early. I got something going on earlier in the morning. So I'm just gonna conclude this live. But I just wanted to show you. I just wanted to show you guys kind of like roughly as far as some of the stuff, like we got the ring cam, we got like the commercial break we can do. We got different fights that we can put on. We got an outro. Oh, it's an owl. There's been just this crazy bird out here, and I think it's an owl. I don't know. Might be a pterodactyl. Been seeing a couple of those around. All right, guys. Yeah, it's getting late, so it's going to be a very nice setup. There's going to be more light in here. It's just going to be more well lit. You're going to have some really great commentary by Chisel Adonis, and there's going to be some special guests. And I'm not going to tell you who they are. The special guests may come in here and talk to the cameras. It'll be exciting to see who shows up. So get you guys over to, I see a lot of people in here that aren't members. It's like, so Sanj has a logo next to his name with the Sasquatch flexing. That means that he's a member of the, he's a member, right? Matsu, same right there. You've got to become a member to see the fight on Saturday, to see the fights, to see 60 fights, to see this all day, that you can even go back and watch after you're done. He should be. I mean, I'm sure my guy's going to want to break every once in a while, but telling you guys, go over to the YouTube channel and join the membership section so that you can watch the live. That's going to be the only way that you can see it. So, let's see here. I want to see if any more people are like really trying to. Let's see here. Yeah, not really like a big uprising of members, I would think that there would be more people that would be trying to get this, but they're probably going to scramble to the last minute, which I don't care if they do that. whether you get it now or you get it on fight day. But if you run into problems with your phone, not, maybe you have an iPhone and it's hard to get on your iPhone, then you're gonna, be behind. So obviously, like, you would probably want to get it ahead of time. But anyway, I'm done. I'm done, guys. I'm really done. So thank you for chatting it up with me. You guys are all great. I've enjoyed the conversation, and I'm gonna just get some sleep and be on the lookout for some new content coming out. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything else. I could tell you guys so much, but I can't. So, peace out, everybody.